Hello, viewers. Good afternoon. Welcome to my next episode. Today, I will tell you that the topic is very interesting and it is up to you to assess it according to your own abilities. Now, अगर मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि क्या किसी भी इकॉनमी में इकोनॉमिक डिस्पैरिटी होनी चाहिए या नहीं होनी चाहिए? पहले तो इसका आंसर जो है वो आप सर्च कर लें कि क्या फाइनेंशियल जो डिस्पैरिटी है, एक गरीब है, एक बहुत गरीब है, उससे भी गरीब है, एक अमीर है, एक बहुत अमीर है, उससे भी अमीर है। मीनिंग देयर बाय दैट poors are going poorer and the rich are going richer. So how it happens? तो जो आज का टॉपिक है वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। मीडिया ने एक पब्लिश की है न्यूज़ कल। मैं आपको वो शेयर करके उस वेबसाइट पे लेके जाऊंगा जिस मीडिया ने ये रिपोर्ट जो पब्लिश की है। The media has said that the Indians they have stashed about 20,000 crores of rupees in Swiss banks. And more interesting is that the government of India, Ministry of Finance, it has refuted this by saying that media is eluding. तो ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जो लोग हैं वो प्रॉस्पर कैसे होते हैं, उनकी जो इकोनॉमिक वाइबिलिटी है वो कैसे बढ़ती है। ये रिपोर्ट डिस्कस करने से पहले मैं आपको एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन की तरफ जो है लेकर जाऊंगा। दिस इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट एंड वेरी few negligible people know about this provision. इसके लिए you just have to wait a while because I have to switch to that by sharing the screen. Now I'm going to share my screen. Poors are going poorer and the now yes, poors are going poorer and the now yes, poors are going poorer and the now this is the pertinent provision of the Constitution of India to which I would like to draw attention of everyone, whosoever is viewing this, or prospectively he will view it after the broadcast will over. It will remain there. This is Article 30. You can see yes, this is Article 39. Article 39. This is very important principle of Constitution of India and constitution says that the state will adopt this. क्यों वो अडॉप्ट करेगी, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा रीड आउट करता हूँ, यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, इसको समझने की कोशिश करिए. द स्टेट शैल, Article 39, certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. The state shall in particular direct its policy towards securing A. That the citizens, men and women, equally have the right to an adequate means to livelihood. B. That the ownership and control of the material resources of the community are so distributed as best to subserve the common good. That the operations the operation of the economic system does not result in the concentration of wealth and means of production to the common detriment. That there is these equal pay to equal work for both men and women. E is that the health and strength of workers, men and women, and the tender age of children are not abused, and that citizens are not forced by economic necessity economic necessity to enter a vocation unsuited to their age or strength, that children are given opportunities and facilities to develop in a healthy manner and in conditions of freedom and dignity, and that childhood and youth are protected against exploitation and against moral and material abandonment. Now, these are the one, two, three, four, five, six principles, important principles which are laid down in the Constitution of India. And I want to draw your attention, जो मैं आपकी अटेंशन है वो दो बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोविजन जो इसमें क्लासेस हैं उसकी तरफ लेके जाऊंगा. Number 1B, that the ownership and control of the material resources of the community are so distributed as best to subserve the common good. जो it is referring to the material resources. Material resources, you must understand that these are the natural resources which nature has bestowed upon us, so that these could be used for the good of the human beings. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई विल टेल यू, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज में ग्लास है. ग्लास यू नो वो सैंड से बनता है. वुड है, एडिबल प्लांट्स हैं, प्लास्टिक्स हैं जो नेचुरल केमिकल्स से बनती हैं, एंड सो एंड सो फोर्थ. तो इनके जो मटेरियल रिसोर्सेज की जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, इन नटशेल इट सेज दैट इसको इस तरीके से यूज करना है कि ये कॉमन गुड के लिए सब सर्व हो, ये कॉमन गुड के लिए सब सर्व हो सके. It should not be concentrated. That is that not only the privileged one should lay their hand on it, and the underprivileged are left over. Second is C clause of Article 39 of Constitution of India, which is very, very important, that the operation of the economic system does not result in the concentration of wealth and means of production to the common detriment. It says, मैं आम लैंग्वेज में आपको आई मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड कि जो वेल्थ है इसका निचोड़ जो है, द एसेंस ऑफ these two principles, B and C, that the wealth of the nation should not be concentrated. जो नेशन की वेल्थ है वो कंसंट्रेट नहीं होनी चाहिए। इसका ये मतलब है कि एक ऐसी जो क्लास है जो बहुत रिच है, बहुत इन्फ्लुएंशियल है, इकोनॉमिकली, पॉलिटिकली एंड अदरवाइज, ऐसा ना हो कि वो जो रिसोर्सेज हैं, जो वेल्थ है, वो उन फ्यू हैंड्स में कंसंट्रेट हो जाए और जो मिलियंस ऑफ हैंड्स हैं वो लेफ्ट ओवर हो जाए। तो ये दिस प्रिंसिपल इज meant for the state. This is a directive principle. Constitution has the directions to the state that you have to do like this. There should be no concentration of wealth. ताकि जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है जो वेल्थ की, इट शुड बी इक्विटेबल, ये बराबर होनी चाहिए ताकि सबको मौका मिले, सब प्रॉस्पर हों। ये ना हो कि एक क्लास प्रॉस्पर हो जाए, इन्फ्लुएंशियल क्लास, और दूसरी क्लास जो है वो बिल्कुल ही खत्म हो जाए, गरीब हो जाए। आई विल से दैट the wealth should be distributed equitably so that everybody should prosper. Not only this, that the one influential class likely to become more richer, and the other more poorer and more poorer. So ये ऐसे principles हैं जो I'm sure that 99.99% of the population doesn't know this. What is this principle? So, state is duty bound constitutionally. There is a constitutional inhibition of concentration of wealth. Hence, state is duty bound to prevent it. तो ये मैं आपको बताना चाहता था कि ये आप अपने ध्यान में रखिए कि ये स्टेट की ड्यूटी है। Whosoever is the government, whoso political party it may be, who runs the government, the duties enjoined upon the concerned government, the state, to follow these principles. Only then we can think of prosperity of the many uh, people, who have become, who are reeling under abstract poverty. And unless we follow these principles, it cannot happen. Now I will take you to the news. Keeping in view these principles, I take you to the news now, and I share the other article with you. I hope you will try to understand from the constitutional point of view. Now I am taking you to the media website which published this news. Maybe many others have published, but I have picked up this one. This is a very known website, moneycontrol.com. On this news was basically published yesterday. It is updated today also. You see the heading. Hopefully you must, yes, you can see this here. Indians stashed over rupees 20,000 crore in Swiss banks in 2020, highest in 13 years. Now, first you must know what is stashing. Stashing is when you hide a thing. If you have something, you keep it in a secret place. Say, for example, if 20,000 crores is a white money, then it is not stashing. You don't need to stash it. So, this particular expression has been used by the media, the writer, that Indians stashed over rupees 20,000 crores in Swiss banks, highest in 13 years. Next, it reports India was placed at 51st place, ahead of countries like New Zealand, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Hungary, Mauritius, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka in terms of foreign clients, money in Swiss banks. Now, we have to understand in a very simple way that 20,000 crores has gone somewhere abroad. We should not go and indulge in technicalities, how it how it goes, what was the source, what is the justification. We don't need to go into that. We should simply understand that 20,000 crore has have been stashed overseas. No, it is the duty of the government to see this. Whether this media report is a true one or this is not a true one, this is for the government to see. But this is information which has been shared with the public, with the population of this country, that this is the position. This amount is stashed somewhere. It has gone somewhere. Whether it is a white amount, it is a black amount, whatever color it has, but it has gone somewhere. Now, how it has happened? This is for the government of the day to see this, whether to bring it back or not to bring it back, whether it is white or it is black or whatever color it has. It is for the government to see, but it's a simple. The public must understand in a very simple way, as an information which is before them, कि भाई इतने पैसे जो हैं यहाँ से चले गए हैं, कैसे गए हैं. तो now you view this, now understand this, which I just try to make you understand through the constitutional principles laid down under Article 39 to A, B and C, कि क्या ये वेल्थ जो है ये कहीं कंसंट्रेट तो नहीं हो रही है. ये does it not a part of the concentration of wealth? Is it not concentrated somewhere? If it is concentrated somewhere, then it is detriment to the common good. Public will not be benefited. You must understand one thing, that this wealth belongs to a few people only. I will discuss this topic also, that how many people are there and how much wealth they are in India and how much wealth they are holding in their possession, how much wealth they have in their possession. If it is released, we could do a lot of common good. This will be a topic of interest, but in my other episode, I will discuss this also. But simply you understand this. This is the amount. Don't go into the technicalities, this and that, economics, कैसे गया, कहाँ से गया, क्यों गया, ये कहीं डिपॉजिट्स है, ये है, वो है. Because there are many ways to justify such things. But the point I am trying to raise it is कहीं ये कंसंट्रेशन तो नहीं है वेल्थ की, कहीं उसका एक पार्ट तो नहीं है. इस पे ध्यान दीजिए. अगर उसका एक पार्ट है तो नेचुरली ये कॉमन गुड के लिए आम लोगों के लिए तो इसमें अच्छा कुछ हो नहीं सकता है. बिकॉज they will become deprived of such a huge wealth which otherwise could be used for their betterment. तो ये चीज आप ध्यान में रखिए. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रिंसिपल्स को ध्यान में रखिए. तो ये न्यूज़ जो है, ये काफ़ी लंबी न्यूज़ है, मैं हेडिंग से आपको बता रहा हूँ. ये सी एक्स इक्वल टू सी एच एफ जो है, दिस इज एब्रीवेशन ऑफ द फ्रेंच जो फ्रैंक है, स्विस फ्रैंक जो है करेंसी, उसकी एब्रीवेशन है ये. एस एन बी जो है ये स्विस नेशनल बैंक को बोला जाता है. So you also try to read out this news. Inputs आप देख लीजिए इसके. Inputs are from PTI. So this is authentic news. We cannot cast any doubt on this media report because it has become from the authentic sources. Now, what the government says about it? Obviously, I take you to the government version of it. Government definitely refute it. I just show you by sharing their website. Now, this is a Press Information Bureau website. This is the government agency which release the press releases, and you will see what it says. See from the heading, government says Ministry of Finance. Finance Ministry refutes news media reports of alleged black money held by Indians in Switzerland. Information sought from Swiss authorities to verify decrease of deposits. Now, this is the government stand. Ministry of Finance straightway refutes it and says that they have sought information from Swiss authorities to verify. So this is the news. Further, the following factors could potentially explain the increase in deposits. Here, the government says almost these could be the reason that why the wealth is there is decrease and increase in the deposits there. So this is I have shown you one the media report which has published this news regarding alleged black money in Switzerland by the Indians, and this is the government stand. Government refutes it. Media reports allude, rather says media reports allude to the fact. Uh, Now, this is for the public now to see, to assess both these versions. There is information flown from the reliable sources with PTI inputs from the moneycontrol.com website that once again I information which has flown in the public domain from the from the moneycontrol.com, I'm sorry, it says that there is stashing of 20,000 crore in Swiss banks in 2020, and they are perhaps showing that this is the highest in these during these 13 years. So when they say that it is the highest in 13 years, it means that uh, when it says when media report says that it is the highest in 13 years, then it means that there is increase in such activity. Now you have to make out the difference in accordance with the principles of constitution, which I just explained, referring to Article 39, subclause B and C, regarding material resources and the wealth of the nation should not be concentrated. So, if this wealth is in concentration, it means that there are a few rich hands, wealthy hands, where the wealth is being concentrated. If it happens, then naturally this is the breach. This is ultra virus of the constitutional provisions, which I have just been referred. There should not be concentration of wealth. If there will be concentration of wealth, the common good cannot happen at all because it needs money to develop. We cannot develop the things in air. So the question is of public good. Those principles, constitutional principles, speaks of the public good, and public good, common good can happen only if there is no concentration of wealth. तो आपको ये देखना है। और ये जो लोग जो इंडियंस जिनके बारे में ये मीडिया रिपोर्ट बात कर रही है, ये कोई आम लोग नहीं है, मेरी और आपकी तरह लोग नहीं है ये। दे आर वेरी इन्फ्लुएंशियल people who runs the things around. Only government can do something about it. This is not within you and my reach. We people in the media can just lay the information in the public domain after verifying, after authenticating the sources. Now, this many times before also, the media has published such reports. Again, this report has been published. In a different episode, I will discuss this issue also. Who are those people, wealthy, who 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 have concentrated the wealth? So long as it will happen, if wealth will remain in concentration, the scope of development will be very less because it needs money, material, money resources, financial resources it needs. तो एक डिफरेंस आपको ये जान लेना चाहिए कि जो कैपिटलिस्ट जो लोग होते हैं, जो बिजनेस क्लास के जो लोग होते हैं, वो प्रॉफिट के ऊपर काम करते हैं। उनका फर्स्ट जो मोटिव होता है वो प्रॉफिट मेकिंग होता है, उसके लिए वो कुछ भी करते हैं। तो दिस इज दैट क्लास which is becoming unjust and enriched. कंसंट्रेशन मैं नहीं कर सकता हूं, आप नहीं कर सकते हैं। वेल्थ की जो कंसंट्रेशन है मेरे बस की नहीं है, आपके बस की नहीं है, कॉमन आदमी के बस की ये बात नहीं है। इट इज अ प्रिविलेज्ड क्लास, प्रिविलेज्ड wealthy class which can do this, not the other common man. So this was the information which I wanted to share with you, and this was my analysis. You do your analysis whether it should happen or not. It is for the government to see, to verify such information if it has published, to verify this from the concerned banks and lay it before the public. With this episode, I will say goodbye and will leave it to you to consider this episode, this analysis in view of the constitutional provisions only. Thank you very much.